Are your pans and your cookware poisoning your family? This is a question I get a lot from my followers, and I'm going to break it down for you. What might be some better choices to use in your home for your cooking? Okay, let's start off with Teflon. This is known as the bad guy, and usually Teflon pans have a coating called PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene, which is a plastic polymer. Now, this unfortunately has been linked to things like prostate, breast, and ovarian disease, and definitely something that you want to be avoiding in your cooking. Now, you may have come across some other coated nonstick cookware that may say on the label it's PTFE or PFOA free, and it may be a granite type of surface, but it's only safe to use while that coating is fully intact. And as you know, with cooking and mishandling, it can start to chip and peel and crack off, and in that case, it is no longer a healthy pan to be using. Now, another type of pan is ceramic, and there could be a soft ceramic coating, but this also can start chipping after several months of everyday use. And this can now expose you to some heavy metal toxins such as lead and cadmium, causing lead and cadmium toxicity. Now, if you are able to find and afford, so they can be very expensive, a 100% ceramic pan or pot, then that would be okay. Now, another type of pan is cast iron, and if you use cast iron pans, let me know in the comments, but we know that it doesn't leach any toxic materials into your food and may be a good natural way to increase your iron levels. Some cast iron pans do have an enameled coating, so that might be okay if it's a high quality enamel, but here's the problem with cast iron is that if it's not seasoned properly and at very high temperatures, and especially with acidic foods, so meats and things like tomatoes, which are more acidic, that can now significantly increase the iron in those foods that you're cooking in the cast iron pan. Now, this will depend on the person who's eating that food, because if you have an iron problem, an iron overload, like in hemochromatosis, then that could be potentially dangerous to use cast iron for your cooking. And now let's talk about stainless steel. So this maybe is the preferred way to cook for most of our chefs and cooks out there. It is lightweight, it's resistant to scratches, and can be seasoned to make it non-stick. Now, buying the right grade of stainless steel becomes very important that doesn't contain any nickel or chromium. So when we look at the numbers here, something called a 300 series 1810 stainless steel means that it has an 18% chromium to a 10% nickel. So this is sort of deemed as a good all-around stainless steel pan. But the highest quality stainless steels are something called a 304, 1810, or an 188 stainless steel. However, if you have a nickel allergy, you should only buy the 430, 180, or 210, meaning 0% nickel, which is probably better, to be honest, for most people, because we know that nickel toxicity is not a great thing in terms of heavy metal toxicity. Now, have you been cooking in the wrong pans for a period of time for yourself and your family? Maybe you need to do a detox. I don't know. Check out this video. I've got 7 tips for detox. You're going to learn a lot there. I'll see you there.